We're driving around the battlefield, and I'm not driving now. I am the passenger. Here's something you don't always see when we do the drives out the side. That's Iverson's pits out in that field there. You got the Oak Hill or Oak Ridge Tower. It's that little thing popping up in the center of the frame. And then over here we have the peace light. Let's get up in there. Oh, there it is. There she blows. And I'm in the car with Derek. Derek's driving. Say hi, Derek.
Nice to meet you all.
Yes, this is the first time you're meeting Derek. You'll meet him more. We'll do a little sit-down interview on Patreon. And no, you go straight. Go straight. Oh, no, you go straight. Just keep on going. Just keep on going. And what we're doing, you might notice this little GoPro here. And you might notice we've got a camera there and a camera there. And we're filming. I had an idea a while ago. I noticed that, and this was back then, it's not so much the case now, it's about maybe equal now, that Ask a Guides, when live, do not get as many views as a driving video does when live. Could be time of day, could be whatever, the algorithm, we always blame that, maybe that's still the thing to blame, I don't know. But my point to you is that it got me thinking, maybe people like my driving videos more than they actually like my show. So what if I combine the two? Straight, yeah. And so you gotta go straight, and then at, you gotta make a left up there, yeah. So I thought, what if I drove around and got like a good quality widescreen, not stupid portrait like it is now, but like real like widescreen video of the drive, and then one day play that over the audio of an Ask a Guide. Perhaps people would rather look at the battlefield and not our ugly mugs, and maybe it would get more views.
I agree.
You agree, you say?
Yeah, I think it's good.
What?
Looking at your ugly mug.
Exactly, that's what I thought you were saying. You might be the shortest lived employee that doesn't get paid at Addressing Gettysburg ever if you keep that attitude up, young man.
I can't even collect.
I didn't go right here. So what we're doing now is we're driving around the battlefield. We're going to do most of everything that I usually cover in a drive. We're going to go down through town after we go through the Howard position here. And then we will head over to West Confederate Ave. We'll go by the seminary and get a look at that there. And then we'll go down Confederate Ave up. Well, it's okay because we're not doing it as a live stream, so we can go through Little Round Top and everything, and then up to the Angle. And then normally on a drive, Derek, I would go to Culp's Hill at that point. But this time we're going to stop at Bantam. We're going to check the footage so far, take a leak, and then maybe get a coffee if we want another coffee. Reposition the cameras, and then continue Culp's Hill. And I'm going to be bold here, and I'm going to say East Cavalry Field as well. Then we're going to go down to Antietam, and then we're going to go to Shepherdstown and Harper's Ferry and all of that stuff. Appomattox, all in one day. No, Gettysburg will be enough for today. I have a photo shoot this afternoon that I have to go to.
This. We can do that on all those battlefields.
Yes, I think, we will. Why not? Why the hell not? It's not like you can't.
We call this Ohio Valley down here.
This part here?
Yeah.
It's Ohio Valley, is that what they call it? Mm-hmm. Derek is of late from Ohio. Is that the right way to say that? Is lately from Ohio? Is lately a recent, well, I know, but there's a fancier way to say it. Is well, whatever.
What do you call people from Gettysburg? Gettysburgers?
That's what I like to call people from Gettysburg. But I think they're Gettysburgians.
I like that.
Yeah, I think so. We're just watching. There used to be a Ford dealership right in this field here. Remember the Ford dealership? Vaguely, because you were
Vaguely,
just
I was
a
young.
little child.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah.
I probably just thought it was here during the battle.
Right. The Confederates were trying to steal Bronco. It's a good activity on the battlefield today. I'm seeing clumps of cars. We saw a big group of people at the West End Guide Station. Even though it's, 38 degrees, you got some joggers out here, and you got some people doing push-ups.
It's very misleading because it looks warm out.
It looks warm. It looks beautiful. It is, after all, almost April. So what do we got out there? Somebody's shooting a video. Let's see who it is. Slow down, because I'm zoomed in, so it's all shaky. Let's see. Is it somebody we know? Hold on. Stop. Come to a stop. And let me see. I don't recognize anyone. It's all blurry, but okay.
I see a bunch of shovels.
Shovels. Uh-oh.
Metal
Shovels and metal
What are they
detectors.
doing?
Oh my God! You better stop them. I wonder if that's Jim and Jody.
I gotta stop when I get up here. The camera in the back turned off.
Oh, did it?
Technical difficulties here.
Well, there you go. So then this front camera will be sitting on the American flag and the Connecticut flag.
Like I planned.
That'd be nice. Perfect. All right, let's see what everybody is doing here. 6 questions. Hello, sir. I hope your elbow is healing nicely. Barbara, hello. 6 questions says, hey, Derek. Phil, good morning. Matt Gillespie says, hey, Matt. Hello, Derek.
Hello.
Derek, everybody wants to know how to spell your name. It's D-E-R-E-K, right?
Yep, the right way.
The right way. Right. Jeff Pasnick says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jeffrey. You met Jeff at the party. Dustin says, good morning. Bride and the Dutch gal. Ooh, God almighty. That was a door. Apparently, the views of Gettysburg are better than the views of you and the guides. That's what I'm thinking, Jeff. That's what I'm thinking. Matt Gillespie says, good morning, Getty's Nerds. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hype hashtag 2026Q. John B says the MPS isn't going to get your ass about this. Nope. No, they changed the law. That's the beautiful thing about filming. Yes.
That wasn't, you couldn't do that before?
I think they would have a hard time. No, you can't. I could do this.
Oh, okay.
It's getting out of the car with a tripod or anything, and it wasn't even part of it. Is that, like, how much shit are you putting out on the battlefield and equipment and all that? How much are you getting in the way of regular usage of the park? Legitimate concern. Yes. But what I don't think was the legitimate concern is, are you making money off of this? And so you had to be careful, and unfortunately, I'm aware of it, I'm watched, so they know what I'm doing. In fact, I got an email yesterday from the park addressed to me and all the guides who were going to be on the April 12th show, telling everybody, this is not an official use of the guide license, so you may not appear in your uniform. I took it as kind of a flex, or just a little way to say, we're watching you, because first of all, I don't want to, the uniforms are ugly. They don't look good on camera. So I don't want them wearing the uniforms anyway. So when we had our Zoom about it, we're like, you're going to wear your civilian clothes. And they're like, yeah, I don't want to wear my uniform. And they know the rules anyway. So I thought that was a little odd.
It is weird. It's that don't forget who you work for type of thing.
Yeah, it's don't forget who your daddy is. So no, John, no, we're okay. Marie says, good morning, friends. T-Mel says, good morning, potty people. Jeff Pasnick says, the world just want more Tad. Oh, yes. It also wants more Tad.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Now, normally I would go down Stratton Street here, but you're not gonna. You're gonna go straight across Carlisle Street
Okay.
into the Campus de Colegio, which is, of course, Spanish for college campus. Or not. My Spanish is just as bad as my English. All right, let me continue on here. The world just one more time. Yes, Gene. Good morning, rock and roll all stars. Thank you for the super thanks of $2 there. Good morning from Lieutenant Danny. He says, Matt Gillespie says, good morning, 6Q. I'm so glad you're still among the living. We all are glad he's among the living. And he also sent us a $10 super thanks or super chat. I can't tell the difference, and I always forget. But one's yellow, one's not. One's like a periwinkle or something. But he says, Matt, grab Derek and yourself coffee. Thank you, Matthew. And John B sent another $10 double coffee for you guys from John B. Well, we're getting into competition. Who could triple the coffee for $30, ladies and gentlemen? Jeff Pasnick says, watch out for the Beavers. Make a left here. Heard they are angry and disgruntled. Saw that pro Lake Crawford people have started arming them to fight the drainage. Yes, it's so funny how those people told us people, we the people, the real people, to shut up when we were complaining about history being drowned out by the Beavers. Oh, it's nice. Shut up. What are they doing? They're not harming you. And now they're the ones who need to shut up. No, but they're not. Like, I don't think, I would never tell them to shut up. Keep talking, keep looking like a fool, just like I do. That's our beautiful God-given right as Americans.
Everyone's an expert.
To look like a fool while acting the expert. Here's the Gettysburg Railway. They do choo-choo train rides. Very nice, very comfortable. I suggest you do it when you come to town. We're going to do something with them soon. You're gonna make a right at the light here. All right. We're making a right at the light. And the idea being that we're going to then go past the seminary and all that crap. All right, T-Mel says, are you modeling? Yes, I will be modeling. I did an article for Celebrate Gettysburg magazine. Well, I didn't do an article. I did an interview. And they're sending a photographer who happens to be our good dear friend, Dave Johnson, for Images. We all know him. We all love him. And so this afternoon, I'll be doing that. It will be a tastefully nude spread. That's what I told the reporter who interviewed me. I said, I'll do a photo shoot on one condition, that the nudes are tasteful. And she said, I don't want nudes at all. And I said, I do, or no deal. And she said, fine, tasteful. So we're gonna do some tasteful nudes, Dave and I.
Can't wait to be there.
Yes. Well, I need you to kind of help him direct me. Marie, hello to Derek. Marie says hello to you.
Hello, Marie.
Ken Wyman says, good morning, Matt, and welcome, Derek. And he spelled your name the right way.
Thank you.
He
probably knows Derek.
RXNIN5 wants to know, Tupac or Biggie? Oh, there you go.
Biggie.
Biggie? Why?
I don't know. I'm an East Coast guy.
I'd have to go with Biggie too. He's just got that fat man soul, you know? At the top of the ridge, make a left. There's the sign for the Seminary Ridge Museum.
Beautiful.
How is Derek's name spelled? Yep, there you go. I beat you to it. Yeah, let me see the cup.
Bantam.
There you go.
Bantam knows.
And what does it say? You rascal? Oh, you rock. Good morning, working on the weekend, says Bill. Just the way you like it. It is. I was telling them on the drive once, Derek, that I look forward to Mondays and I don't like weekends because weekends are idle time.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're a waste of time. And not everybody agrees. In fact, nobody does. But who could blame them? Creative TV 960s watching from Florida.
Florida.
Yes, that is a state down south, very south.
Up here.
Yeah, really. Right. Blow some warmth up our way. Gene Hutchinson said, some snow in the air here in New York. I'm jealous of your weather. It's not much better. The only thing, we don't have snow. It's up to 41 now. So maybe it's improving. There's the seminary. The iconic seminary. Jeff Pasnick was glad to see the flag at Barlow's Knoll. Oh, I'm behind here. I'm also in New York, says T-Mel. They make me Gettysburg sick. Like homesick, but missing Gettysburg desperately. Yes, I get you. Thank you. Well, good. I'm glad you enjoy them. Paul says, good morning, everyone. Reading aid. Good morning to you. Marie, honey, says, when are you coming down again, Gene? Yeah, Gene, when are you coming down again? April 25th is the first Get Out of the Car tour, and April 12th is, of course, the long-awaited and critically anticipated, what is it? Totem Pole show.
Totem pole.
Yes, and tickets are now available on their website. Go and get them. You're going to have a lot of fun. Reading Aid says, it's spring break week for me, thinking of heading up to the park on a day when rain isn't forecasted. Well, come on up. Matt Gillespie says, I remember when LBG uniforms were brown. Yes, that I don't. That was a long time before me. Jean says to team, okay, so she's Gettysburg sick too. There you go. Jean's also saying hi to Marie. She won't be back till her husband finishes chemo and gets feeling better. Well, good. And Godspeed to him. Cisco says, save the beavers. No, Cisco, come on. Beavers are gone. Beavers are gone. We'll go by there. You're not going to be able to see it because I'll lose service before, but Reading Aid says, drainage.
If the Beavers were there during the battle, I'm sure they would have been killed anyways. They would have shot them.
They would have eaten them and made hats out of their pelts.
That's what I see all the time.
Yeah.
They were there during the battle.
Yeah. Can you guys hear Derek, or is he whispering? Let me know. Getting a new fence here at the McMillan House. Look at that. Are they just relocating the beeves? Yes. I think what they're trying to do, so from what I could glean from the article I read, they're not touching the beavers. There's a don't touch beaver rule in the park. If you see beaver, don't touch it as much as you might want to. It's a violation. So what they're doing is draining the lake, and they said it should take about 2 months to complete. I don't know how the whole process works, so I don't know what that means, if it's normal or not. But my guess is that they're just draining it slowly to get the beavers to go, oh, well, guess we better move on somewhere else.
Do you think all that soft soil is going to bring stuff up from that was...
Who knows? Who knows? If I knew anything about earth science, I'd have been a scientist. I'm not a scientist. I don't know how any of that works. So I think they're hoping that the beavers are just going to up and leave themselves, and then they'll go further downstream and start a problem somewhere else. And in 5 years, we'll be having the same conversation. Babber Schultz says, Gene, sorry to hear about your husband is having trouble. Yes, Gene, I am still sorry to hear that. And hope he's doing well. Anthony says, I'm having coffee at the chocolate shop. Stop in. The chocolate. Oh, up on Baltimore Street. What is it? Gettysburg Chocolates. That place is.
Or is that a different place?
What is it?
You think Gettysburg Chocolate Works or something?
I don't know. Loop around the Virginia Memorial, ladies and gentlemen. Rock and Roll All Stars says, triple chat for the coffee with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Even though the Biggie versus Tupac was a spam comment, I decided to ask it anyway, and T-Mel apparently is laughing her ass off, or his ass off. I don't know if it's Melvin or Melissa. And Marie Honey is saying, bah ha 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 ha. T-Mel says, East Side. So, there you go. Marie apologizes for spelling your name wrong.
Oh, it's okay.
Good morning, Jimmy. James Cosgrove, Project Past, is in the chat there. Say hi to him, Derek.
Hi, James. How you doing? I miss you out here.
There you go. We'll be seeing him in a couple weeks. Thank you, Barbara and Marie. Phil Fucus sent sunshine. I didn't know you could send sunshine. Can you? Is there a send heat button?
Yeah, we have the heat turned on. It's just not coming out.
Dustin says, can't wait to be there for the April Get Out of the Car tour. Thank you, Dustin. Court Micker says, I'll give you something to film. Whoa. Marie says hi to Court. Cisco says, LOL. Reading Aid says, how do patrons sign up for Get Out of the Car tours? Want to do the Sickles one? It would be my first. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I have to set that up for you guys. So this year we do our normal 6 Get Out of the Car tours. I believe it is 2 of them that are reserved for patrons only. So you got to become a patron in order to sign up for the tour, to even really know the details of the tour. Yes, I have to put that together. You've just reminded me. So that's one more thing I need to do this week. Don't let me forget somebody. I'm never going to actually prepare for the April 12th show, because every week I say, all right, this week, Tad, you're editing. Me, I'm preparing for the April 12th show. Everything gets in my way. Everything. But you must do it. You must do it. Marie says he's whispering, so you have to project there, okay? Because they can't hear you. Remember, our audience skews older. You're still young, so you can mumble.
Sorry.
And there you go.
Sorry.
Now that, to me, is almost a whisper, right? So that's how deaf I am. Let's see. Gene says the Beavers need to go. Cisco says Beaver burgers. I like that. It sounds delicious, actually. Have you ever...
I like a good old beaver tail. You ever see those?
Yeah.
Cool.
Who doesn't love a good beaver tail? Make a left here. Actually, you know what you could do? Go to the end. And then we're going to go up the Emmitsburg Road, turn at the Peach Orchard.
Okay.
We'll just do a different version of it. T-Mail says, I don't even like chocolate that much, but that place has really good peanut butter cups. Yeah, they're pretty good over there. Pretty good. Show you the Eisenhower Farm. I like doing this as a passenger because I get to show you stuff besides the road ahead. This is my favorite view as well. In the summertime, sunsets, this is, you always ask me, and I never tell you this place. This is a great spot to go and watch sunsets in the park.
Favorite place.
One of the best. And I'll tell you a new one, and it'll help Cindy's business a little bit here, so I might as well. The Barn Resort is a very similar view. It's just down the road, and it is a beautiful view out there at sunset. And they've got a patio. You can get yourself a wine or a beer, or if you're a real man, you're going to get yourself a bottle of whiskey. No ice, no glass.
Straight out the bottle?
Straight out the bottle. That's what I'm saying. Waiting for somebody to say something like that. And I'm going into Wendell Clarkson withdrawal, says Gene. Wendell's he's been sick. He sprained his vocal cords. He was running around with his grandchildren and didn't know of the backyard and clotheslined himself, literally with a clothesline. And it did such terrible damage. The Adam's apple somehow strained his vocal cords, so he has not been on for the longest time. But I just heard from him the other day, and he said voice is all back to normal, and he's still not 100% with the singing voice. That takes a little more practice and exercise, getting used to that and getting back to your old crooning self. But he'll be back. He said he can't wait to come back. He's missed everybody, especially you, Gene. He's really missed you. And until you just mentioned him, I totally forgot about him. David says, truly unbelievable day in Gettysburg, it appears. It appears, but it is cold. But it is a beautiful day. This would be awful if it was not. Huh?
Being in the car is helping us a little bit.
Oh, being in the car is a great help, yeah. Phone show. Paul says, wish we could make it down for April in Gettysburg. Cisco Lady says, you were driving past my home, well behind it. Here, I'll wave. Oh, yes, I forgot you moved here. How do you like living here? Derek just moved here last week. Lots of people say, oh, now the town has really gone to hell. But let me remind you of our late mayor, okay? Derek is not anything like that. So please. Cisco says, drive careful through those Beaver comments. Timu says, oof. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. See, this is good for the video. Now you got people walking across the street.
Nice hunting camo on.
Yes, well, these are military guys, I could tell. Phil, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. He says, keep up the great work, Matt. And Jeff says, get yourself a bottle of tears of Gettysburg wine. It creates great memories. So I hear. Oh, that Wendell, he's such a goof. He really is, and it's so funny because he's got such a dry delivery, but he says some pretty goofy things. I don't think he realizes that he's a goof, though. That's the trick. Matt, how does it feel to be the passenger princess? I love it. Derek, you're driving too slow. Not too fast. Stay in the lane. Watch where you go. What are you doing? You can't just stop.
You told me to do too fast, too slow. I'm stopping. I thought you wanted
Well, you
to
can't
see
just
general
stop.
result.
All right, Matt, how does it feel? Oh, I just asked that. I love it, says Cisco. I'm so conservative. I just upped the quota by 10. I don't know what a reference to. I've lost track of the conversation again. Sorry, my ADD.
Quota by him or her?
Who? Quota of what?
Beavers, maybe.
Beaver.
Getting killed.
Let me go back and see if I can find
Volunteer
what
to kill 10. That's her
Cisco.
quota.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. All right, so we're going to turn down Crawford, and
My great uncle.
there he is, your great uncle. So you can see the pond is still here, so the draining obviously is going to be slow. Let me see if I can.
Have you been down here since they said they were doing that?
No, this is my first time.
I wonder where they're doing, like where it's all at. Yeah.
I don't know, and surprisingly, I haven't lost service yet. Amazing.
I kind of wish it was here during the battle.
I know, it would be cool. The fight, the battle for Beaver Lake or whatever.
It's like Gettysburg's D-Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Storming the beach.
We need rowboats. Sir, it's only 2 feet deep. We need
Beavers.
boats, damn it.
Like beavers, have never actually had to deal with them themselves.
Why, are they pleasant to deal with?
No, they're not. Pleasant.
So you're saying, she's saying people who do like beavers
Have never actually
have never had to deal with them.
No.
No, I
I
guarantee
have
you.
a lot of farmers that I know
Yes.
them and groundhogs.
Right, and so I've also
are
known
cute,
people
I
with
agree.
land, and whenever beavers were damming up their creek, it caused a problem.
Yep.
And whenever groundhogs were digging under their, whatchamacallit,
Street.
their outbuildings, it was causing a problem too. Yeah.
Go straight. Maybe.
Go straight. Yeah.
Yeah. And back then, when they were, they relied on creeks for almost all their water. If the beavers were damming it up, what do you think was happening to them?
Yeah. Exactly. What? Ahead of time. Battle talks and walks in there, and there's Elephant Rock up ahead. All right, pause right here so you can let people see Elephant Rock. There he is. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, move along. Gene says, we used to go to Allegheny State Park and feed apples to the beavers. They're cute little critters, but they don't belong on the battlefield. Yeah,
They are cute.
I don't know why it's such a horrible thing to devote 6,000 acres to 50,000 people who bled on those acres. I don't get that. Why is that so horrible? Why can't we have a little respect for ourselves? Because that's really what it is. The people who are like, oh, you got to get rid of the monuments if you want it to look like 1863. They really are self-haters. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Thank you. Off my soapbox. Yeah, I think that's in the Ken Burns thing that Lincoln turned down a gift of war elephants from the King of Siam. And he said, no, Your Highness, all I would like is for you to pose with me in a portrait so that I can say, look to everybody. It's the king and I. T-Mal says, I'm very into conservation and I work in animal welfare. Wait a second, we're giving welfare to animals too? Jesus, well now I am upset. There are so many people who think with emotion before logic. I know, and that is a very nice mea culpa of you. But I'll also say that there are some of those people on the history side of things as well. Yes. The beavers will be fine, says T-Mel. They will be fine. That's what I'm saying. It's like people are active. So we have had that beaver monstrosity there for 5 years. I think it started just before or just during COVID, okay? And people are acting like now that it's there, the planet will like lose its orbit around the sun if we remove it. Like the fragile balance of life on Earth will be destroyed if this thing that we haven't had there for God knows how long is suddenly removed after being there for 5 years. And I think that's what you're talking about there with the people in your crowd that are a little too much. And then there's people in our crowd that's a little too much too. There has to be a balance. And I must admit, I enjoyed going and seeing the wildlife down there, on a nice spring day or early fall day when it's not too cold.
There's that guy fishing down there.
Not too hot. Remember the fly fisher, yeah, which apparently is not illegal, but picnicking is. And, he, not he, what am I saying? I can't do tangents anymore. My brain doesn't work. What was I just talking about?
Beavers.
Oh, I like going down there to the lake.
Oh, to see them, yeah.
It's very tranquil when there's no Harleys or buses or cars behind you on the road. You can enjoy the sound of the little critters in the lake, the cranes, the blue herons, all different types of birds flittering and flooding about, and it's nice. It's pretty. I can also see that in tens of thousands of acres in Michaud State Forest, not a half hour away from me, right here in the mountains. And so can you. You can see plenty more wildlife, undisturbed by Harleys, undisturbed by history, that pesky history that you beaver people hate. You can go and see that all over the place here. For now. But be careful, because soon they'll all be cookie cutter homes. Oh, did I lose you again?
Lost service.
Well, let's see. There's still 24 people watching. But usually when the number drops, left. Cisco Lady says, Matt, the interview you did on Washington's Crossing was beyond intriguing. I've heard many interviews on the subject. You both raised the bar with that interview. 5 stars, of course. And thank you. Thank you very much. You probably can't hear me. Oh, you got me. Okay, good. All right, good. Well, then thank you. I'm very glad you like that. I love talking to Ken, and I'm really becoming more interested in the revolution because of Ken. He's very fun to talk to and easy to talk to, and he reminds me a lot of Rick Schrader, the late Rick Schrader, licensed guy who used to do the medical shows with Fran Fiac. The one thing about Rick, he was a orthopedic, right? For to talk is he'll tell you the answer. He was happy to do it. And Ken is the same way. He loves to talk about the revolution, and if you have questions, he'll answer it, and he's not going to get short with you and be like, okay, enough, leave me alone. He doesn't do that. So this is great. People make it sound like it's been around for 30 years, says T-Mel. Yeah, they're acting like I don't know. Geez, I can't even figure out how my own mind works, let alone the minds of other people. But just the idea that because nature did it, we have to put up with it is so stupid. It's so stupid. And also, on the same token, the idea of because a famous person once did it in this particular spot, it must be protected at all costs. I don't necessarily agree with that. If you preserved every Washington slept here house, nobody would have a place to live in the Northeast Revolutionary War areas, because Washington apparently slept everywhere. My question is, might the war have been, I don't know, half the time if the guy was ever awake?
My grandfather lives in Washington's Crossing.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maybe we'd be able to live there.
Maybe we could.
It was all preserved.
Exactly. Washington's Crossing, important place, right? Some of it's preserved, I'm sure. There's a park there, right?
It's nice.
Yeah. Do we need to preserve everywhere that the Continental Army camped?
No.
Do we need to preserve every house along the road that they stopped to take a shit in when they were marching to Trenton?
You would never have.
We would. What?
Trenton wouldn't even be a big city.
Trenton wouldn't be a big city if we didn't destroy it first from the Hessians. So, yes. Where did I leave off? Matt Gillespie says, yes, Matt, if you want to live among wildlife, you can move near me. Yeah. And listen, wildlife is beautiful until you have to live with them or amongst them, right?
I just moved away from it.
Yeah, and it's we moved up onto a mountain kind of somewhat in the sticks-ish. Sticks light, right? It's not the sticks I want to be in. But our first spring, we had a snake in the house. And we had mice and you take care of these things. You got to take care of these things. It's a different ball game. We're out in the country in Gettysburg. There is going to be beaver. There's going to be a whole bunch of different things. But we're not helpless.
Roll the window down so you can film out the window while I do this.
All right, thank you. That's very kind of you. We're not helpless, and there are ways that we can handle wildlife. And it was offered to the park right away for free and declined. So it's the choices we make, folks.
Fill the card.
Cisco says, I hear you. Ken was a wealth of info. Yes, he is. He is. Garrick, good morning to you, sir. Heading into Gettysburg now from Hanover to spend a few hours there. Well, very nice. T-Mel says, the Revolutionary War was my love before I discovered the Civil War as a kid. I'm loving all the Revolution content. Good. Yeah, so I grew up outside of Morristown, New Jersey, which has another Washington slept here place. It's Washington's headquarters. and it was his headquarters during the Jockey Hollow winter encampment. And I remember going there as a kid, and it got me into into the Revolution. I thought it was cool, and I was aware of the Civil War from going to my aunt and uncle's. But there was something about the Revolution, because it was not as modern as the Civil War. I remember my other friends were like, "Oh, I think the Civil War is cooler," and I go, "I don't know, it's a little too modern for me."
That's what I was telling you. It was the opposite of me.
What?
For me, I couldn't really get into the Revolution when I was younger because there wasn't real photos.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I couldn't relate to it.
It's hard. It's hard to, yeah. You got it right, because I'm a visual guy too, so I need to see photos, and maybe that was it too. But also, there's more Civil War that I'm aware of. There's more Civil War sites preserved than there are Revolutionary War sites, so it's easier to see them, and they're better preserved too. And the stories left, the stories from the Civil War abound, and the movie Gettysburg.
The names of the people in the Civil War are still names today.
Well, and there's a lot of things that we enjoy today, a lot of luxuries, a lot of medical advancements, a lot of things that came out of the Civil War.
Baseball.
One of the most exciting things ever to come out of the American Civil War. Baseball. Yes, we have the Civil War to thank for that, and we have more in common with that generation than we do with the Revolutionary generation. In not only the way we think, but in dental hygiene, and also modern niceties.
Mm-hmm.
So there is more of a kinship to them. And it's not very long ago. Bob Steenstra, when we used to do Gettysburg tours, he would always point out to people, that when he was born, the year he was born, the last Civil War veteran died.
That's crazy.
It is. He was born in
Wasn't there
1872.
veterans in the
What?
Civil War who seen cars getting built?
There were veterans of the Civil War who saw World War II.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how many,
They got to see the industrial age.
but the last one died in the 50s.
Grew up riding horses and
Well, that's what I was saying.
died driving cars.
There's those films of the Civil War veterans here at one of the reunions.
Yeah.
And one of them, there's one shot of them talking to a soldier who's showing him a water-cooled machine gun. And I'm like, wow, this guy had to ram powder in a ball down a musket to fight for his life, right? And he's now talking to his younger counterpart, who's teaching him how a machine gun works.
And now that you say that, I would think that generation might be one of the what's the word I'm looking for? They've seen the most change in their lifetime.
Well, I used to have this
that.
conversation with my grandfather, because he would say, because he was born in 1916,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, I was born in a cold water flat, which means they didn't have heated water. They had water, but it was cold.
Yeah.
And he would tell me about how, in order to get light, there was a pipe sticking out of the wall. You turn a little switch or a little nozzle, not nozzle, what's the word I'm looking for? You turn a little dial, whatever. That's not what I'm looking for, but let's say nozzle. So you turn a little, it's not a nozzle. What is it? You turn the goddamn thing.
Spigot.
We'll call it a spigot. You turn a little spigot, and out comes gas, and you light a match, and you singe your eyebrows. That's what he'd always end it with and laugh. And then you have to go to the bathroom in an outhouse. Now, this is in Newark, New Jersey, okay? And you have the little backyard. It's like, think of one of the houses here in Gettysburg on Baltimore Street. It's long house, backyard. Back there's an outhouse. Winter, spring, summer, fall, snow, rain, ice, whatever. You have to go out there to go to the bathroom. Sick, whatever, right?
Yep.
And he said in his lifetime, he saw that, or he lived through, not necessarily saw that. He saw a Great Depression. He was born in the middle of a world war, but of course he doesn't remember that. A Great Depression, fought in a world war, came back and saw the country just explode. economically and everything, and baby-wise and all that. And then he saw a president lose his head, and Watergate, and he lived in space. We landed on the moon.
We did land on the moon.
We landed on the moon, and then he goes, and now, and this was in the early 2000s, and now he goes, I can send a letter to my cousin through a computer, and she'll get it in seconds. And she's in Ireland.
Yeah.
And he couldn't believe that. And so I often have that same question, though. Is it his generation, really, or is it the Civil War generation that lived into the 20th century who saw the... And I'd have to say, man on the moon beats all.
He's seen the technology side of it. They've seen the industrial side of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Without
That's
the
good.
industrial side, the technology side never happens.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's wrap these up here. Marie Honey says, I love the medical shows. Thank you, Marie. Me too. Cisco says, well put, Matt. All I put is well. Cisco says, also, Washington slept around. Pass it on. T-Mel says, so true. Dude was so lazy. We got a few Washington locations up in Ma. That's Massachusetts, in case you didn't know.
Go Sox.
All right. And then Gene says, we have lots of Tev War sites in New York. Don't forget about the Tevolutionary War. That one is the lesser known war, but it was right between the French Indian War and the Revolutionary War. It didn't capture the American memory and imagination, though, like either one of those did. Gene also says, asterisk Rev. Oh, Rev War. Okay, then forget what I said about the Tev War. Although that is one of the more interesting unknown wars, forgotten wars. Matt Gillespie says, not long ago, I found bear poop in my backyard. Oh, me too. Cisco Lady says, everyone, I saw some kind of wildcat poop. I forget which one it was, but it was, I had to look it up. Everyone have a beautiful Gettysburg Day, says Cisco. Going hicking. Be blessed. Well, I hope you're wearing a turtleneck. Paul says, just had the 250th evacuation day of Boston, and it was an epic parade. Beer, nips, Jello shots. Nips? What is it, like Mardi Gras there? Everybody's walking around with their nips hanging out? Gene says, Matt Gillespie, so the old joke about does a bear go in the woods is wrong. World War I or II? Yes. Either or is horrible. Anthony Salem says, hey, you're right by me now. I'm in the KY Hotel. What is going on with this group? What is going on with this group? Oh, not KY. Gotcha. You're in your hotel room. Gotcha. Okay. I'm sorry. MC Valve. Gene says, my grandparents were born. Valve. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Valve.
Yeah. A valve switch, Okay. All right. Okay. Listen, if I knew hardware, I'd own a hardware store. Matt Gillespie says, I had an uncle who was born in 1895. In the 1970s, he talked about the train was the big thing when he was a kid. He saw the first manned flight to the moon. Yeah, it's a big deal. Reading Aid said, same here, Matt. Went to Morristown Park. Remember eating stew and making a musket ball. Oh, that's cool. They don't do anything like that anymore. Also sparked my love for history. Rich Snyder says, I think you're thinking of lighting the pilot of an old gas stove. You crack me up, Matt. No. The stove that they had was wood. So it was one of those old wood stoves. You know what I'm talking about. They're really cool. And he said it was miserable in the summertime when his mother would cook, because you'd have to light up the stove. So like it hadn't totally advanced with gas stoves. These were for the lights. I've seen them before. They have them now. I stayed at a place in Wyoming, and it was a cabin powered solely by propane, and they had these fixtures in the wall as well, but you don't burn your eyebrows off anymore because it's easier to control. Rich Snyder says, welcome, Derek.
Welcome. Thank you.
And Matt Gillespie says, my backyard is woods. T says, ha ha ha, KY, ha 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 ha. Jeff Pasnick says, have a great day, Matt. And D-Rock. D-Rock. That's what I'm calling you.
That's my name.
D-Rock. I didn't know that. Is it?
Yeah, do I know?
That's your nickname?
Yeah, it's my Instagram and everything.
Oh, all right. Jeff Pasnick.
Oh, yeah.
And D-Rock, welcome to the happiest place on earth, one of Matt's employees. Well, not employee, Volunteer/slaves.
Volunteer.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We're going to go take a little break, but we're going to continue to shoot. So we'll do another one of these in a little bit. All right. We'll talk.